Brian Reynolds is definitely the prize that the Yankees are trying to get this offseason. They're like a horse with those blinders on and just looking straight at the Pirates and looking straight at Brian Reynolds and telling him, hey, come on over to us because this is your new home. But the Pirates are giving a little resistance. They're going back and forth. They're trying to figure out if that can even happen, but the Yankees need to have some backup plans, and that's what we're going to talk about today, is the top 3 alternatives that the Yankees could pivot to if Brian Reynolds just doesn't happen. And definitely you're going to want to stay for number 1 because it is my top one after doing some research into this player that I would be really happy with, at least if we didn't get Brian Reynolds. Let's start off with number 3. It's going to be Max Kepler. He's 29 years old, and I know most of you guys are sighing right now because who wants Max Kepler on their team? I mean, it's something that the Twins have, and it could be something that the Yankees could look at. The Yankees have been attached to Max Kepler's name before, and he is a lefty, and he does play the outfield. Now, let me see if I can convince you a little bit on Max Kepler and why he's number 3 on this list. Even though last season he hit .227 with 9 home runs, he had a solid defensive year. In right field, he had a positive 9 defensive runs saved. In center field, he had a little negative, and he's never played left field before. So those are a couple of the cons, but if you want to look on the bright side, he knows how to play right field, which is that corner position, and he does it really well. That .227 batting average could improve now this next season with the shift going away. And at only $6 million a year, he's heading into his last season, and the next season after that is a team option. He's a very affordable player compared to all the other options out there, but he has only played like 120, 115 games here and there, not necessarily like a full-on season for years, so you do got to keep that in mind, but he is a solid defensive guy, and having him in left field with Bader in center, it wouldn't hurt to have 2 solid defensive guys right there. And hopefully with the shift going away, now that could possibly help his numbers boost up a little bit. We'll be good to go. Now for number 2, I kind of played around with the rules here. I have 3 players for number 2 because they were just like, it could happen, maybe it did, maybe it can, maybe so, who knows? And it is a possibility. So let's talk about it. As you guys probably heard, the Toronto Blue Jays made a deal with the Arizona Diamondbacks, and they sent over Gurriel Jr. And now this is something that probably won't happen, but hear me out. Gurriel Jr. is a righty, he bats righty, and all of that, but he does play left field. His defensive numbers aren't the best, but they are solid with a positive 3 defensive runs saved. At only $3 million next season, and then after next season, he's going to be a free agent. At the age of 29, he's a solid player. He's going to give you a solid batting average at .291. Not that many home runs, but 5 home runs. And I know he just got traded to the Arizona Diamondbacks, but why do the Arizona Diamondbacks want him? The Arizona Diamondbacks are not going to be competing anytime soon, and they already have a bunch of outfield prospects. So bringing in a guy like Gurriel Jr. is better suited to be on a different team that's actually going to be contending, and they're probably going to look at trying to flip him for more prospects or something like that, especially if this is his final season. Watch him be traded in the trade deadline, or possibly, if the Yankees want to look at this alternative, he could go to the Yankees in a trade with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, another option that Arizona provides us is Jake McCarthy. I would say he has some of the best potential and kind of reminds me of a Bader, minus the defensive glove. He's not a free agent till 2029, but last season he hit .283 with 8 home runs and 23 stolen bases. At age 25, the guy has a huge ceiling to really go out there and prove himself. Really, in left field, we don't need the best defensive wizard out there. We just need someone that's going to be solid, and he can definitely be solid for us out there, especially if we have Bader in center field. Bader can help us out in left and right. The next player is going to be Mike Yastrzemski. At the age of 32, He plays for the San Francisco Giants, and he's someone that's making around $6 million, and he's not going to be a free agent until 2026. Though his batting average isn't the best at .214, giving off some Joey Gallo vibes, and hitting only 17 home runs last season. He does give you that home run pop, around 20 home runs each season, and especially playing at Giant Stadium, it's not the best stadium to really perform as a hitter, but this lefty is definitely someone to look at, especially for the fact that the Giants are looking to definitely improve and please their fan base. After losing out on Aaron Judge, losing out on Carlos Correa, they could look to maybe make some moves, maybe make a trade with the Yankees and bring in some fresh guys. Maybe that could be a Josh Donaldson, an Aaron Hicks, or just fresh people to make it look like they're making some moves. And Yaz could be one of them. Again, these three names I just gave out are options that the Yankees could possibly look at. I would say two of those, Yaz and Gurriel Jr., are very unlikely, but McCarthy would be the true number 2 in this list. Now, number one. Number 1 is someone that the Texas Rangers, the Red Sox are looking at, someone that the Yankees actually had a virtual Zoom meeting with, and someone that the Yankees are actually looking at. This guy is a switch hitter. He has playoff experience. He can play all over the place. He hit .244 last season with 15 home runs. He walks a lot. He doesn't really strike out. We're talking about Jurickson Profar. Heading into his age 30 season, Profar is a solid player, and is someone that, when doing some more research, I could see why the Yankees decided to meet him over Zoom. We saw him in the playoffs when he was playing with the San Diego Padres, and we saw him batting leadoff. And that's something that the Yankees are missing currently, is a leadoff batter. We saw the Yankees switch off and on with Judge there, with Bader there, with different types of lineups, which, if you ask me, is really a bad look. But Profar has proven that he can be a solid leadoff hitter, being a switch hitter, and being solid defensively. And if you know me, I look at playoff stats, and he has a .281 career playoffs stat in 64 at-bats. He has 18 hits and 8 walks. Now, you can imagine that there's other teams, like I said, the Red Sox and the Rangers are looking at Profar as well, especially being that the Red Sox have been out on the Reynolds trade because the Pirates just simply don't like what the Red Sox have in their minor league system. But who would you guys choose? I just gave you a solid 3 options to choose from if the Brian Reynolds trade doesn't happen. If you ask me, I believe the Brian Reynolds trade is still going to happen. It's something that the Yankees are focused on, and if we saw anything this offseason, we saw the Yankees focus on Aaron Judge, and they got him. The Yankees focused on Rodon. They got him. Now the Yankees are focused on Brian Reynolds, and if we look at the past, they could possibly get him. If they don't, who would you rather see in that left field position? I just don't want to see an Aaron Hicks. I mean, Ozzie would do too, but in the free agent market or in the trade market, these are the top alternatives that the Yankees could really look at. Who would you guys put out there? For me, for sure, it's going to be Profar. He has that experience. He's been in that market where he can actually prove that he can perform and be in the playoffs on the biggest stage of baseball. I love the fact that he's a switch hitter and he bats leadoff. Those are things that we all could use in this Yankees lineup, and why not get a guy like that? So I'm sure the Yankees are weighing their options and seeing, hey, we could possibly get this guy, not spend that much to get him compared to a Brian Reynolds. So the Yankees are definitely looking at their options. If I missed a name out there that you guys probably think could be an alternative, make sure to comment down below and let me know. I read all the comments, and I love to interact with each and every single one of you guys. But all I'm going to say is the Yankees better get Brian Reynolds, because if we miss out on Profar and all these other guys, then we're going to see Aaron Hicks out there, and that sucks.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.